The Kimber Stainless Ultra Raptor 2. Please zoom in on that real close, and let's just first enjoy the beauty of this 1911 3-inch, very lightweight. I'm going to go over the highlights briefly. We're going to move through it. I've done videos on this 1911 in the past. It's been years. I've had this for 7 years now, and I'm going to tell you everything has held up except for the sights. We'll get into that. But this gun is magnificent. First of all, it only weighs 1.5 pounds without ammo. We're going to talk about some cool ammo here in a second. The most powerful 45 ACP ammo made. And I'll show you a carry system that I like for it. Now it's called the Stainless Ultra Raptor 2, but it's actually got a frame that's aluminum, which brings down the weight. And the finish is satin silver. Let's look at the other side and just look at how beautiful this is. Now, let's also talk about price right now, because in the beginning of the video, I want to get everything out that's what's on your mind. Price comes up when you think of Kimber. You think of $1,200 to $1,400, and that's what this gun cost. I paid $1,400. I've seen it online the day of this video for about $1,250 or so. So the price went down a little bit. But why is this worth the money? Well, think of some of the companies, I won't mention names, who charge $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for 1911. And this Kimber, I'll put up against any one of them. And I own them, I know. I spent the money on those high-priced 1911s, and I think the Kimber is right up there with them as far as accuracy and the build quality. And when it comes to looks and aesthetics, it's about as gorgeous as a 1911 can get. Now, 7 rounds. If you've seen the movie John Wick, this just came to me. Remember in that scene, he goes, "Oh, I only get 7 rounds." And they said, "Well, there's $7 million out for your life, and you only get 1 round per million." Of course, the Kimber saved his life in that movie. It's a very well-known gun. It's a very high-end gun. The serrations on the gun brings up the price. Look at the top of the slide. Look at the serrations. Zoom in real close. It's scalloped. It's beautiful. Now here's a negative. The tritium Kimber sights, night sights, 7 years old, supposed to last up to 12. The front sight works at about, I would say, 70%. It still works, but the rear sights, 0%. They just gave out. And I've been carrying this on my ankle on and off for 7 years, and it's got about 1,000 rounds through it. So, first of all, it looks about as good as the day I purchased it. One thing everyone always brings up is the barrel on Kimbers. So let's talk about that. And, you might see that it looks a little, it's not rusted, but what you can do is get a product called Flitz, F-L-I-T-Z, if you really want to get into it. To me, I shoot my guns, I clean them, I put them away. But if you own a nice gun and you really want to keep it shiny, the barrel in particular, the stainless steel, you can polish up with Flitz and make this look like a mirror every time after you shoot it. Flitz. Don't forget I told you that. I wouldn't use it on any bluing or anything like that. But on the stainless steel barrel, yes. On the exterior of the barrel. Now, the frame, very lightweight. And see, this scalloped all around. Here, stippling here. Oh, what do we got here? That costs money is what I'm saying. What do we got here? We got a plastic mainspring housing. Now everyone always says, oh, the Kimbers are so expensive, but they got a plastic mainspring housing. I've never heard of one breaking ever, and it's ultra lightweight. So this mainspring housing has never failed on a Kimber that I know of out of all the millions that have been sold. If you know of one mainspring housing that's failed, let me know about it, because I called the company. I know those guys over there, they're good guys. I've never heard of one failing. It's a high-end product that's just happens not to be steel. And the frame on this, like I said, is aluminum with an aluminum satin silver finish. So it's lightweight and it's gorgeously honed everywhere. Skeletonized trigger, and you got a place for your finger to rest in here. It's a very comfortable small 1911 3-inch package. So the trigger is as light as my $5,000, $7,000, $9,000 1911s, which is right about 4 pounds. Because this trigger is so light, you can shoot it and it feels like you're shooting a fully automatic pistol. The mag, the Kimber mags, they get ragged on a little bit. Kind of rightfully so. I would use, what I do is Wilson Combat mags, and that's what I do use, but this is the Kimber mag that came with it. And I've got probably 30-40 Wilson Combat 45 ACP mags for all my 1911s. That's what I prefer, is the Wilson Combat. Chip McCormick makes some good ones also. And these people don't know me, I'm just saying that. So, and look at the beveling on the bottom of the mag. You know, it's just perfect. Now, one thing I want to point out also is the ammo. This ammunition, because people ask about personal self-defense. If you're not familiar with, well, you're probably familiar with the word double tap. They're a company that are not under the scrutiny of picking and choosing the materials they use. They're privately owned. They developed this 450 SMC 230 grain. It's 45 ACP, and bar none is the most powerful 45 ACP ammo made. The goal for ammunition is to get, the higher the grains is more weight. So to get the most weight downrange the quickest, in this case 1130 feet per second out of a 5-inch barrel. This is a 3-inch barrel. That is what I recommend for self-defense, for ammunition, no matter what gun you're carrying, as long as it can handle the big bang, the boom. So don't get a cheap 1911 and put double tap in it. And when you see the video I'm going to do on the 450 SMC, which is, it's 45 ACP ammo, it fits in any 45 ACP, and the Kimber can handle it. It's a high-end gun. That's part of what you're paying for. You're paying for the quality of the full-length guy rod and the quality of the guide rod. You're paying for the quality of the stainless steel barrel. You're paying for the trigger and the trigger mechanism. You're paying for everything to be match grade. You're paying for the workmanship all around. You're paying for the rear safety not to fail. And that's one of the main things on a 1911 that fails, is this right here. Right here. And that has never happened to me with any of my Kimbers. And like I said, out of about 1,000 rounds, I've had maybe 2 or 3 that I can remember failure to feeds, and that was in the beginning during break-in. And why does a 1911 need a break-in period? Hopefully it does, because that means it's made so tight, with tight tolerances, everything really tight. So therefore, after you keep shooting it and shooting it and shooting it, it'll loosen up a little bit, just perfect. And then you're ready to go. Now, how are you going to carry it? Let me show you. As you know, I have my own leather factory. I've always got to show you what's new with my leather because it gets me excited. Look at this, 1911, 3 mags. This attaches to your belt, basket weave, special brass snaps. Look how thick it is, the harness that goes around your neck. And it's got the Weapons Education logo. Look how thick the gauge of the leather is. I only pay for the best. And I'm just telling you the truth. I've learned about the safe industry. I have my own safe company now, fireproof safes. And here with the California fires, I'm learning about a lot of people whose safes have, basically turned into ash because, I'm not going to mention names, because they didn't do their research and they wasted their money. And they lost all their goods through these fires and safes. Well, if you're going to buy a holster, do your research, because if you're going to spend $1,200 on a gun, or if you're going to spend $500 on a gun, it doesn't matter. The leather is just so beautiful, and this is something new I'm doing. This is a 1911 rig. I'm doing it with a red stitch. This is about 2 months old, and now we're doing double red stitching. So it's, if you can envision that, it's double red stitching. So I always want to talk about my shoulder holster system, and if you want a sidearm system, I can make whatever you want. But look at the belt too. We're talking about a Kimber. You want to carry a quality gun, you need a quality belt. And that's true for any gun. What irks me about, well, I'll mention a name like Galco, and they say their gun belt is a gun belt. It's not truly a gun belt. And a lot of companies say their belts are gun belts. What is the true definition of a gun belt? I'll give it to you right now. Owning my own leather factory, knowing what the costs are of the leather, of the workmanship that goes into it, and what is the definition of a true gun belt? It's right here, right now, I'll tell you. First of all, it's got to be handmade, because you can't mass produce this type of thing. But that said, in between this layer of leather, which happens to be basket weave, the inside layer of leather, which is beautifully finished, but in between the leather, you can see it right here, right there when I bend it. You see that? There's a layer of a polymer type product that goes in between both layers. Oops. In between both layers. If you see that line right there, see that? Which makes it so it won't do that. It won't wobble. I can't even hardly do it. So in 10 years from now, your belt is still the same. You don't want it to wobble on your waist. You don't want your gun to go out like that, like a cheesy belt. So this is the true gun belt. That's a true shoulder holster, the best made in America. And to me, this is all about the Kimber of this video. Let me know what you think of this 3-inch. And I'm going to start really telling you the truth about some manufacturers here going forward. I'm going to tell you the negatives. Like I told you, the sights on the Kimber, they have to work on that, because I'm not happy. I'm going to see what their warranty is. I don't have it memorized, but these sights should work like the day I got them 7-8 years ago. The rear are dead, the front is almost dead, so that's not cool, but everything else about this gun is perfect. And my name is Tom. You've got an ambi safety, by the way, which is huge. Ambi safety. Thank you. Please thumb up the video. It means a lot to me. Share it. all you Kimber guys, throw in your comments on Kimber. And we're all in this together. We're all Americans. And for those of you overseas, thank you for watching. Thumbs up. Bye-bye. My name is Tom. Take care.